so it begins. It's about 4 a.m., August 14th, 2021, and I'm headed to Akron, Ohio to pick up a sailboat I have purchased so I can learn to sail. This is probably the first time I've ever bought a boat that I'm more worried about the trailer than I am the watercraft. It's about a 3-hour ride from here. Probably be about 4 by the time we get the boat here coming back. We're going to take all back roads. Normally it's a straight shot up Route 71 into Akron, but that's not going to be the case today. So thus Eric begins to learn how to sail. Should be interesting. Stick around. Thank you.
Oh my God!
So we're about 40 minutes out, headed to Akron to get the boat. A little bit about the boat. The boat is a 1980 O'Day 22. It's a 22-foot sailboat. It has a keel on it, but it also has, and as I've been corrected, a centerboard on it. So it has a board that comes out from the keel that you release with a rope from the cockpit. I have never sailed a day in my life, and this is going to be a new experience for me. Looking forward to it. I'm fortunate enough, I live on a small lake in west central Ohio, about a 5,000 acre lake. And it's big enough to put this sailboat on, but it's a fairly shallow lake. I mean, any other boat, I don't think, it might be too deep. So if I bought maybe like a 25-foot sailboat, I think it had too much keel on it. And I have about a half a mile channel I have to navigate before I get out onto the lake to sail. So looking forward to this, can't wait. And it's going to need some work. As I mentioned earlier, when I was leaving the house, the trailer has me concerned. I've got Bobby worried about it. The guy had told me in the center cross members he had added some pieces, and I could see where he had driven screws in and then put in some welds. So I'm nervous about that. To me, the trailer does not look like it fits the boat properly. We'll figure that out before it's all over with. So I think my initial assessment is we're going to strap the trailer. I didn't pay a whole lot for this boat. Let's just say I got into this under $1,000 right now. Way under $1,000. So that's a good thing. Let's see what happens. Alrighty. So we got here, and this is the boat here. I think she's in too bad a shape. I think she'll be a decent craft. So here's a couple of the issues that Bobby and I were concerned about. See right there where they had the plate and welded it. Of course, we've got to do something with that. Figure that tire out there and get it off. replace it. We're not going to tow home on that. And there's the keel we talked about earlier. So let's see what happens. Alrighty, well, we got the boat out and going. I'm following Bobby right now. And in the end, although the trailer isn't up to snuff, it seemed like it pulled okay, or it's going to be okay pulling it. So we're headed home now with it, and with kind of luck, we'll get home and be good. But really appreciate Bobby helping me out with this. Some things never fail, so let's hope today ain't one of those days. So we ended up stopping to get some trailer lights. We could never get them going, so I stopped and I bought a magnetic set at an auto parts store, and we put those on there. They're working good, so off we go down the highway. One thing that we're doing that one thing we're doing here that we wanted to make sure of is that we're not going much over 50 miles an hour. I'm sure we're going to make some people mad here on the interstate, because here in Ohio most interstates are 70 miles an hour. So, but we're holding her at 50, and we're going to hit an exit. We just got on the road about a half hour ago. We've already stopped twice, checked. We're going to check again just to make sure. One of the grease zerks is missing on one of the bearing buddies. We were able to hold the grease gun against the bearing buddy and pump it. And the other one had the zerk, and when I first got to the boat this morning, I put some grease in it. So hopefully they'll hold up for us. The one time we're concerned that the dry weight of this boat, the displacement, is about 1,900, almost 2,000 pounds, right at a ton. And it has load range C tires on it. I don't know who, if that was the original tires put on it. I'm not really sure, but I replaced the left tire, or the passenger side tire, on that trailer with one I bought. And Bobby and I stopped at a truck stop to check the trailer short way into the visit, and it felt warm. I mean, it felt hot, so you always get concerned. The bearings felt cool, but the tire was hot. We're about 10 pounds under the maximum pressure, and the load rating is 1,360 pounds per tire. So we should have enough weight distribution that it's not overloaded. So we decided this time around we're gonna head down all back roads. So we're doing like 40, 45 mile an hour at the most. And I know we're making a lot of people behind me mad, but we're just trying to be safe with it. We don't want to lose a tire in the run here, trying to get it home and maybe have an accident or whatever. But what's funny is the right side tire, the old tire, the tire that was on it originally, which is only like 4 months old, is not as hot as the left side tire. And they're both filled equally. They're both load range C tires. So I'm not really sure what's going on. You know, you get into these things and sometimes you just kind of got to play it by ear. But Bobby seems to think it's okay. It's not, I don't think it's really any hotter than it was when we were on the interstate. But like I said, we're just playing it safe, trying to get it home. So here we go.
It took Bobby and I about 5.5 hours to get the boat back to my place. We came back without incident other than the tires were getting too warm, and that was my fault. I underestimated the weight of the boat by about 700 pounds, and that meant that the tires that were on the trailer were loaded max. So that's why they heated up. As far as the structural integrity of the trailer, our worries were warranted, but fortunately we didn't have any problems with it. It came back okay, and I'm still going to scrap the trailer and buy a trailer that I can use, or a tandem axle trailer that I can use. I didn't get to film the backing it in and the glory of bringing the new boat home, so on and so forth, and I had kind of a twofold problem. The main problem was Bobby had been very generous with his time to help me get this boat, and we had both left early in the morning. It had been all day, and he really needed to be back with his family, and I was holding that up, so I didn't want to take the time to set up a camera shot and try to get the right angle and so on and so forth. So that was the first reason. And the second reason is I live in a very sharp curve. People come around that curve surprised to see someone backing in and out of my driveway. So I had to stand at the curve and direct traffic so nobody had a crash or got hurt. And it was just a long day, so I went ahead and axed that part. So I apologize. I want to thank Bobby again for his time and effort to help me get this thing home. And thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll have more episodes to come as Eric learns to sail. So thanks again, and we'll see you the next time.